The jeweler made a multitude of objects for the Tsars to offer as gifts to their entourage, to mark great events, or to forge diplomatic relations. Very often, the emperor's monogram, the imperial family arms, and even the Tsar's face reinforced the symbolic dimension of the gift. Because a gift from the emperor was naturally much more than an object. A gift is a charm bearing some of the power of the giver. It's a sign of distinction, of friendship, of recognition, of affection. The Dowager Empress Maria Feodorovna actively promoted Fabergé's works. To her sister Alexandra, Queen of the United Kingdom, she introduced all the charm of the house's animals in semi-precious stone. In her palace at Sandringham, Alexandra built up a collection of more than 200 pieces, known as the Royal Menagerie. And the elite of London society followed in her wake. Fabergé then decided to open a London branch, which would meet with great success. But the relations between Fabergé and Maria Feodorovna were much more harmonious than with the Tsar's wife, Alexandra. When describing the new Tsarina, Franz Beerbaum was harsh.
Her knowledge of artistic concepts was limited, and her greed was one of a petty bourgeoise. Her orders were accompanied by sketches and preconceived ideas concerning the prices. She often put Fabergé in tragicomic situations.
Alongside this all-powerful Russian aristocracy, a large industrial and commercial bourgeoisie grew up. Because in the 1880s, the country committed to a vast industrialization policy and developed a network of railroads that led to a boom in trade. Russia notably launched the construction of the Trans-Siberian, a train destined to link the cities of the empire from east to west. The Trans-Siberian is the longest railroad in the world. It covers more than 9,000 kilometers and calls at almost 1,000 stations. Its construction lasted 9 years, costing many lives and millions of rubles. But the train was also a symbol of national unity and altered the perception of Russian space. In 1900, Fabergé designed the Trans-Siberian Railway egg in silver and green guillocheted enamel. The lid is mounted with a heraldic eagle wearing the imperial crown. A map of Russia is engraved on a wide strip of silver. It shows the route of the train from Moscow to Vladivostok. The egg is supported by 3 griffins. The surprise inside the egg is a miniature of the train folded into 3 sections. The locomotive is accompanied by 5 cars, one of which is a chapel. Fabergé inserted a spring mechanism which can be wound up to run the train. Nicholas II was crowned emperor on May 14, 1896. He made a triumphant entry into Moscow on a white horse, followed by 2 coaches containing his wife, Alexandra Feodorovna, and his mother, Maria Feodorovna. The festivities lasted several days. The coronation took place in the Dormition Cathedral. A massive crowd filled the streets and the outskirts of the city. The day was marred by a stampede that resulted in more than 1,000 deaths. Fabergé dedicated one of the most famous eggs to the ceremony. The Imperial Coronation egg is coated with translucent, brilliant yellow enamel over guilloche'd gold. It bears the imperial emblem of the 2-headed eagle in black enamel. The Empress's monogram is inscribed on the top. And on the base, the date is covered with a pink diamond. The egg contains a surprise: the copy of the coach in which Alexandra made her entry into Moscow. The miniature 9-centimeter coach rolls and turns. The door opens with a tiny gold handle, and a footstep appears. The windows are carved from rock crystal. The work is stunning in its virtuosity. In the years that followed, Nicholas II ruled Russia, but he gave a privileged place to his family. A few months after his marriage, he had written in his diary, "With Alex, I am immensely happy. A pity that state affairs take up so much of my time. I would prefer to spend these hours with her." While the Romanovs impatiently waited for an heir to the throne, in 6 years, Alexandra gave birth to 4 daughters. Then finally, a boy, the Tsarevich Alexis, born in 1904. But he was a hemophiliac, and the fragile child had a short life expectancy. The imperial entourage showed him all the respect due to a future Tsar. But they all knew he would never sit on the throne. He accompanied his father to numerous official events, but fatigue meant he often ended up in the arms of a Cossack. The slightest bump or bruise, without consequence for any other child, caused him great pain and to bleed profusely, putting his life in danger. So everybody treated Alexis with the utmost caution. It was the paradox of the solitude of a well-surrounded child trying to have fun, but unable to join in childhood games. To brighten the Tsarevich's days and to amuse him, Fabergé produced a stunning silver rhinoceros. In 1911, a new Fabergé egg marked Nicholas II's years on the throne, the 15th anniversary egg. The egg, in guilloche'd gold, is coated with white enamel and plates of ivory, painted and covered with rock crystal. The surface is divided into 18 sections outlined in green enamel and diamond crosses. The minuscule paintings are finely executed. Portraits of the Tsar, the Tsarina, and their 5 children stand out from the white background. The other paintings are of important events and places in the political life of the Tsar over the previous 15 years. The egg contained no surprise. The imperial family's commissions aroused interest in new customers from the aristocracy and the worlds of finance and industry. Some of them wanted Easter eggs too. There weren't many of them, but they were extremely wealthy. Franz Beerbaum in particular appreciated them.
I must admit, it was by far easier and more agreeable working for the kings of the stock exchange, oil or sugar. They all had a sense of the practical and never boasted artistic initiatives.
The mega-rich Consuelo Vanderbilt, daughter of the American king of the railroads and wife of the Duke of Marlborough, asked Carl Fabergé to design an egg for her. In 1902, the House of Fabergé delivered an elegant egg-shaped clock coated with a delicate pink enamel, around which winds a snake studded with diamonds. The snake's tongue tells the hour on the lid fitted with clockwork. The top of the lid is crowned with garlands in gold of 4 colors. The snake is the symbol of steadfastness and marital fidelity, hardly in line with the couple which was soon to break up. The Duchess later donated it to a charitable institution. The jewel ended up becoming the first egg in Malcolm Forbes's collection. Another extremely wealthy customer was Alexander Kelch. His mega-rich in-laws controlled Siberian gold. He commissioned Easter eggs for his wife, which he hoped would be as sumptuous as those of the Tsars. In 1898, Fabergé delivered to Varvara Kelch a new version of the hen egg. Kelch's egg was larger than the imperial version. It's coated in a ruby-colored guillochette enamel. The inside of the egg is in natural colors, brilliant white and matte yellow. The surprise is a hen, completely painted in enamel. Inside the hen is another surprise, an easel encrusted with diamonds.